Nevine Makram, Professor of Artificial Intelligence and Vice President of the Egyptian Society for Information Systems and Computer Technology. And recently, I started my working group that is really dealing with the AI governance and the telehealth, and it's affiliated to the International Society of Telemedicine and eHealth that is based in Switzerland. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, I believe that it has many benefits, it has many good applications, yet sometimes we face some challenges and some risks. That's why I thought about working towards having and developing a regulatory framework that can help us in all industries and in all countries to benefit out of the different AI technologies without having to face the challenges and the risks. Like, for example, the bad impact that is sometimes on the society, on the community, on the family. Literally, we're talking here about the values. That's a very important point. But as we all know, values are kind of a fuzzy word. How can we define values? How can we define what is right and what is wrong? That is not a simple issue to do. When it comes to artificial intelligence, and especially the generative AI, we face many problems because sometimes all of these very good and very nice and very useful tools, they do have an impact on the way we think. And sometimes it's not a good impact. We need to find a way to ensure that it is a very good impact. Like, for example, saying that we need to use AI in a safe and secure manner, not to destroy the community, but to make the world a better place. So if you want really to benefit out of AI in the education field, I'm talking because I'm an AI professor, then we should teach and educate our students to use the critical thinking. Why? Because sometimes they read and they listen to some misinformation, and we need to prevent this from happening. We need to protect their mentality and their mindset, which is a very important point for us in education. Although AI sometimes has a bad impact on their innovation abilities because they're making use of all of the generative AI tools in a copy and paste manner. Although we advise them not to do so, but sometimes they take it, that's the easiest way for them. Artificial intelligence has a much better usage, which is dealing with the learning problems of the students and dealing with the disabilities. We can make use of the AI applications in order to be able to provide better educational services for all. The equity is very important whenever we talk about education. Actually, that's one of the main SDGs. And with education, we can provide better healthcare services, better media services, better services in various domains. But in order to be able to ensure that this happens, we need to focus again on the governance. How can we protect the rights of all the humans, whether they're facing disabilities or simple difficulties? That's very crucial whenever we talk about education. Another very important issue is the creativity. Is AI helping the students and the youth to become more creative, or do they convey this message to any of the tools so that the tool is creative and is the one who is writing the article, the thesis, and disseminating all the information? That's a very important point for us as educators. We need to be able to train and educate our students so that they can benefit out of these technologies and be more creative, not less creative. We do not want to enable all of these tools to master our mindsets. We're here to use our mindsets and all of our abilities to develop more advanced AI technologies, not to be just user of these technologies and not to be the slaves of these technologies. We still need to be master. With all the challenges and risks that we're facing nowadays, I believe that we need kind of a social AI audit. Not only checking for the technical bugs, but checking about a more important point, about the point that really tackles our institution, the most important institution, which is the family. What about the social impact of any of these platforms or any of these systems? Because what we really need nowadays in our world, not only smart cities, but wise societies.